What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 41 of the French Fox podcast. Glad to have you here. Today we have Noah.
Hello.
Dylan.
Hello.
Weil.
Hello, everyone.
And I am Augie. Let's just jump into it. Got another fun one for you guys. It's been a while, but we're back.
French Fox. French Fox.
Yeah.
French Fox. French Fox.
Yeah.
French Fox podcast.
It's a podcast.
Sadly, Between Two Intros with Ben Galifianakis has been canceled because Ben hasn't been on a podcast in probably 2 months.
That's my favorite
So
segment.
until he comes back, that segment is on hiatus. But this kind of served as a Between Two Intros.
This is Trump's America, where there's not enough funding for public radio. So we have to cut
You know
segments.
us, public radio, French Fox, FFP. Thanks again for tuning into FFP. We're doing our donor drive right now.
Brought
you
to
can
you
win
by-
an iPod with 200 songs.
A donation of any amount enters you into our raffle for tickets to the Dodgers.
The Walt Disney Concert
Oh, that's a
Hall.
better one. To see Roger Dudamel perform with the LA. You know what's funny about this? This is actually something that's going on right now.
Yeah, on a bunch of radio stations. Happens like every day. So anyways, let's get into Since We Last Spoke. That was a little intro to the intro.
Talking is easy, we gotta catch up. Please don't hold a single little thing for me. Since we last spoke.
Cool. So since we last spoke, you know what happens. We talk about what's happened on the podcast since we last spoke. We haven't been on the podcast in a while, any of us. Some of us longer than others. Anyone got anything fun for the...
I'm gonna need like a little bit to think if someone has a
Great.
What have you been doing?
not thinking.
I saw Frozen the musical.
Oh, in New York, New York?
Yeah, why don't you start with I went to New York?
I went to New York.
How was that?
It was fun.
When did you come home? Because I saw in your Snapchat story, I saw you leave, but I never saw you come back. So
Right.
So how do I know where you are if you don't put it on Snapchat?
That's
True,
That's
unless
true.
you're on your Snap map.
Ooh, got him.
And a clap back.
So I left Wednesday, well, technically Thursday morning at like 3 a.m. And I got back Thursday. And it is Sunday now. So do the
Actually,
math.
it's Thursday if they're listening to this. So that's really
true. Well, it's Sunday as we're recording this.
Right.
True.
Right.
And yeah, so I got back. That's not the story. I almost just went into it since we last spoke about me getting back. But
I got back,
So I got
guys.
back, and then
Airplanes, right?
So I was in New York and I saw Frozen the musical,
Okay.
and I had seen it at California Adventure. And,
Right.
Is that the same thing, though?
so? It's better. The one out here is better. And
Wait.
the one on Broadway. It's like it was good, and it was like definitely more Broadway.
Because
But
isn't
Higher
the
production value?
Yes, in
Isn't-
ways.
isn't the
But-
show at California Adventure like 30 minutes?
right?
40?
It's
Okay.
a shortened version of it, but the production value for like the effects, it's like so much more magical out here.
Oh.
Like
Isn't
there's
everything?
there's a part like during Let It Go, she like builds like an ice bridge and goes out into the audience.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How'd she do that?
I don't. It's insane.
she
It's
do that?
Disney. Like they
Wait,
just,
have you guys seen the video of the one Elsa performer and she's like doing that show and then it's the point in Let It Go and she's supposed to like change into the thing. So she like has this like quick costume change where she like hits this thing like in the back of her costume or whatever and it's supposed to be really quick and there's like a quick blackout but then the lights come up and she's like stuck and she's like now trying to rip it off. Like it's pretty rough.
Great.
But she gets it. She's a champ. Anyway, sorry, continue.
No, it's all good. But yeah, so the one out here, they had that insane thing where like during the climax of the show, she like builds this ice bridge and goes out into the
I want
audience.
to see that.
Yeah. And then the one on Broadway, the only like cool element of that song is the costume change. She just has this like thing where it's instant into the ice dress or whatever. But that's it. She's just standing on a stage singing the song. And I was like, okay, where's the ice bridge? Where's like the cool
Yeah, bro.
stuff?
I want
And
to be
so it was just
wowed.
like it was more Broadway-y and it was longer and it flowed better and it like had that more like professional feel. But the one out here just was cooler. Like yeah, so I don't know, but I still
Let's
enjoyed
go.
it. And the Elsa was an incredible singer, but it was a Wednesday matinee, and she was very clearly
on a
marking.
Wednesday afternoon.
She was not going full
was
out.
marking.
She
Come
was like
on.
mixing it instead of like belting.
Then just
and,
send out your understudy,
right,
bro.
right. Come on.
Don't
You
mess
never
with
know
that.
who's in the audience.
Right, yeah, like Come on,
Noah
Noah
Davis.
Davis was
not
in
the one that
audience.
was on American Idol,
Okay.
but
No,
the
the
other
less-
Noah
lesser
Davis.
known Noah
The
Davis.
third most famous Noah Davis.
The American Idol Noah Davis is verified on Instagram now, and I thought
Wow.
about it, and it's gonna be hard for me to get verified if I ever become famous.
You got to
Because
change your name.
there's
Well,
another
you're
Noah
Noah
Davis.
Baron Davis, right?
don't
I
wanna
bet you
be
could get
that.
verified because isn't the rule if you can make a case that other people are confusing you with someone, you can get verified?
Oh,
I feel like that this.
I don't think
I'm basing
anyone's
off of what Augie
confusing
said.
Noah Davis and Noah Davis. They're pretty different.
I was
They're pretty different.
following the wrong one.
Yeah,
But
but yeah, that's my story.
I don't understand being verified.
What do you mean?
it's really just a
It's just
status
like-
Like
thing.
some people,
Yeah.
no, like some people, I understand, like they're famous, they're verified,
Mhm.
but like, no offense to Noah Davis,
Right.
but he was on American Idol. Did he win?
No, he
Did he-
didn't even make it far. He just was viral on it. So like,
So why does
Was
he?
he viral? I hadn't heard of him.
yeah, he was the wig kid. There was like a GIF that
It was like baby viral.
Oh,
A
Still
what?
viral.
yeah,
A GIF?
a GIF.
Like the peanut butter?
Yeah.
He was a jar
Yummy.
of peanut butter?
yes.
That's the correct.
He did it was called. It was a
pronunciation.
brand deal. It was a brand deal.
Oh, okay.
It was
Noah,
from the
Noah
Chick
Davis sponsored by Jif.
Yeah.
Not you,
Not
Noah.
Noah Baron Davis.
Not Noah
Now
Baron.
you always have to
too
go by
confusing.
Noah Baron Davis.
No, I'm Noah Davis.
We'll
I'm
call
the
you
only one.
NBD. No big deal.
NBD.
Noah Baron Davis.
That's great.
So what would you give Frozen on Broadway
The
out of
best
10?
snow
And what would
on
you
Broadway.
give Frozen on California out of 10?
Ooh, tough. Okay, so the Broadway one, I would give it. I'd give it like 7 Olafs out of 10 Olafs.
So this wasn't bad.
Wow, so
Yeah.
you're a YouTuber now.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And then the California Adventure one, I don't know. They're just so different. Like I wouldn't say the
Okay.
California Adventure one is better, but
This
it
is
just
stressing
was-
my interest.
I'd give it like a 6 Olafs out of 10.
Wait,
No.
but you were making the
You
case.
literally just said your
Like,
whole
it's
story
so
was
much better.
No. But the whole thing is the Broadway one was like longer and more flowy of a show, and like definitely like better, like more well done. But the California Adventure one was just more what I'd expect, like a magical Disney.
What
thing
about the
to be.
movie?
So it's like gimmicks versus like actual good story.
Good question. What do you rate the movie out of 10
the
Olafs?
Probably 9 out of 10 Olafs.
Really?
wow.
I didn't even like it that much.
I thought it was
High
very good.
key.
My dad cried during the Broadway musical, like the entire time. He was
That's
just
so
crying
sweet.
because he loved the movie.
So what were you
I
doing?
cried during Coco.
Oh,
Remember me.
Yeah.
I never saw
Was
that
it the
one.
part where he's singing with Goko at the
Duh.
end? Okay, just
I've
wondering.
watched
That's the
Coco
only place to
3
cry.
times and I have never finished it.
I've never started it.
Ooh.
Okay, here's
Sorry.
my question. What were you doing in New York? Just for
why do you-
vacation?
why do you need to know?
No, I was just wondering if it's like vacation, business.
Oh,
I
it
don't
was
know.
New
No,
York,
it's
no.
my cousin's
Pleasure.
My cousin's communion.
Communion.
Silence.
Get it.
Silence.
Get it.
Boring.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that even mean?
Exactly. So it's kind of it's the Catholic equivalent of a bar mitzvah,
How
but
old?
not at all.
I should know what
So-
this
How old is
and
your
yet I don't.
cousin?
He is I don't know. Oh, actually,
wait.
he's like 8, so I don't know.
Is that when they let you start drinking the wine?
Yeah,
Or like the
yeah,
blood
yeah,
of
the
Jesus?
the
Yeah.
like the little wafer, the
Yeah.
vanilla wafers
Oh.
in the wine.
So in the Catholic community, you become a man at 8?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like like a huge deal for them.
It's
Okay.
like you technically
like-
belong in the church at that point.
Is this a
Yeah.
cousin
You
you're
made
close?
it.
Is this a cousin you're close with, like your family's
No.
close with, or it's just like a big deal so everyone comes?
well, I
like,
mean,
is your dad close?
yes,
Okay.
it's my dad's sister. So like we are close, but like they live in New York. so
Uncle
we're not-
Noah's daddy.
So we're not like as close as we could be because they live
Right,
in New York.
of
but,
course. Also, he's 8 and you're 20.
soon.
Oh my gosh.
2 weeks.
That's
Your-
weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday!
That's
Thank you.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all sing happy birthday.
Oh.
Ba, 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 ba.
You got to know when to start.
That's true.
So
Oh my god.
that's very nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a good flight? Good flights? Easy flights?
Yeah. So, on the I'm scared. I don't want to be offensive with this, but on the flight back, I sat next to a Hasidic Jew,
Okay.
and it was honestly like really interesting to me because
Okay.
I've like
Like, do they
heard
have?
about
Do they
it,
have
but-
like the pay us like the little curly hairs coming down?
yes, no, he was like fully committed the whole flight. He did the thing, and I've never seen this
Where you
before.
hit your
so-
chest?
Oh well, yeah, that. But he wrapped the like thing around his arm.
prayer book.
Yeah. Well,
This is like a really. This is full
like
Hasidic.
full. Yeah, like
Okay.
the whole outfit, the hat,
Costume.
Yeah, the costume.
costume.
And he rapped
The whole
like,
get up.
it was like, no disrespect to religions. Like all religions are cults, pretty much. But this one, like,
Mm-hmm.
it gave me real culty vibes. Like he was rapping that, it's like a.
It's like a
Scoop-
giant
cube?
block. It
Yeah,
has
yeah, exactly.
prayers in it.
Right, yeah, and he was rapping it, and then he had the Torah or Bible.
Well, you wouldn't have the whole Torah. You'd have
It was-
prayers.
Bible? it was just like a prayer book.
Oh, no. Yeah,
It was a prayer book, and he was like hitting it against his head.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
And like mumbling things.
Did
and
you
like
tell him don't hit yourself with the
No.
prayer book?
No,
Why are you
I
hitting
mean-
yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting
like,
yourself?
total respect, like that's his religion, and like you do you, dude. But it was just really interesting to me, and I was a little scared by some of it.
It's
but,
crazy.
You know? It's just not
Whatever
my thing.
people need, to
Exactly, yeah.
My sister-
My dad's
Head
in a
an
cult.
airplane.
Is he actually?
Yes, he is.
What cult?
Is he
It's
Christian?
called MITT, and it's like the mastery and transformative techniques, I think. And it's a self-help
Whoa.
thing,
Okay.
but it's a cult.
Okay.
It's 100%.
It sounds
a cult.
like a
No,
Michael Bay movie.
Like right now, he's on the 3rd tier.
He's like,
and I
give
don't
$1
know how much he
million.
paid for it. Yeah, no, it was like it wasn't super expensive. It was like $1,200, which is expensive, but not like insane. But he's on that tier now, and the whole thing of it is recruiting people.
Ooh.
And so he has to like talk to 15 people and
So it's
try
like a
to
pyramid
enroll
scheme.
them into exactly. It is a pyramid scheme.
interesting.
Yeah. So
Is he happy?
Yeah,
Good for
Like
him.
he's getting stuff out of it, which is why
That's good.
I'm like struggling. I'm like, okay,
But
it's
if
not
you're a
too bad.
Scientologist, get help.
Yeah.
Not from Scientology.
Not from Scientology. Speaking of planes, my sister was on a flight, and it was really funny. She was on Snapchat and accidentally took a picture of herself right after the captain said, "We're going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please buckle your seatbelts and hold on to your children." And she is the most scared face. Can you imagine being on a flight and the captain says, "Hold on to your children, please"?
I flew to New York like a little while ago. And I was going to like a smaller town in New York. It's like upstate New York. So there was a layover flight in Chicago, and this is like the most insane series of unfortunate events back to back that I've
TM.
ever had traveling. Yes, like the Netflix series. But first, I go to the airport. I'm all ready to go, and then
Wait, which airport?
the
O'Hare.
Los Angeles airport.
Lax.
See.
Lax bros. Do you even play lacrosse?
Dude. Well, actually, so first I'm in the Uber. It's early in the morning, and the Uber driver is telling us his life story, and it is just the most insane life story ever. But I will spare you the details. But basically, he's done just about everything in the world, which I feel like is every Uber I ever get into. But then I get to LAX. I'm all ready to go. We get on the plane. I'm with my mom, and we're literally like seatbelts are buckled. We're about to be taking off. You can hear when the engine is going like, ooh, and you're like, oh, we're about to go then. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then everything stops, and people start looking around, and then the captain comes on the loudspeaker, and he's like, excuse me, but we're going to have to ask you to get off the plane. We're going to have to delay this flight because the wheels are broken.
Don't you hate when that happens?
We're like, it's broken? We almost took off and it's broken? So then we got off the plane, obviously. There were some people next to us who were like, I don't want to get off the plane, but I don't really get that because, like, it's a broken plane.
Where are they
I don't
now?
want to fly in that. Yeah. So then we go off and we tried to get a different flight, which we did. And our first layover was in Chicago. So we were like, okay, well, we'll probably still make it in time. And we got to Chicago, and it was just like, we landed at 6, and the plane was finishing boarding at like 6:05. So we were like, nah. So now we're in O'Hare, and we're like, well, we're going to have to stay the night, but it's okay. We're with, I think it was United, so they'll cover us for sure.
Oh, yeah.
They actually, you know what? They seem to follow through. We were talking to the guy at the desk. He was like, hey, we'll give you a hotel room at this place nearby. It's very nice. No worries. And we're like, okay, all
Sweetheart.
good.
Total
Yeah,
sweetheart.
He was really great. He told us where to get pizza, all this stuff.
I have a feeling this story has no ending.
No, it does.
Keep going.
You get some deep dish?
Oh yeah, it's like a
How was
pie.
it? Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Oh, here's my question about deep dish. Is
What
it
up?
is it like really thick crust, or is it like just like
No, it's
tomato soup?
It's like
No.
pretty much tomato
I mean,
soup.
imagine
it's just
like
tall. It's tall.
Well, the way they
Yeah.
make it, at least how I had it in Chicago, is it's literally like a pie. Like it has a top also, and the pizza's on the inside of it.
Right,
And that's what
is
they
the
call
top
deep dish.
cheese.
No, the top is crust.
Got it. So it's crust, cheese, tomato sauce, crust.
Yeah, like literally, it's just a pie with cheese and tomato sauce on the.
But you
inside.
understand a pie,
Yummy.
the top of a pie is not crust.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm thinking cheesecake. I'm sorry.
And there
like,
we are.
what?
We have arrived.
But anyway, so the story is almost over, I swear. But I go to the hotel, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we totally have a room for you, we promise." And it's this great, like, luxurious looking hotel. So I'm like, "Okay, good." But then they give us our room number, and my mom and I are walking
Room
to where it is.
666.
Room negative
It
one.
may as well have been. We walked into this shady, smaller end of the hotel, and we were like, "This is getting weird." And it was the business end, I guess. So it still wasn't bad. But we walk in, and our room it's a VIP suite, but not the part with the beds though. It's the kitchen.
No.
So and there's no beds in there. There's a couch and a kitchen, and we were like, "Do we get the other part of the room?" They're like, "No, that's for someone else." So then we were like, "Can you bring in beds and we can get you a cot?" Okay. So then they brought in these roll-in beds, these mattresses, but then they didn't bring us blankets. So then 3 attempts later, we got blankets. And then the next morning, we finally made it to New York, and that is where the unfortunate events finally ended, thank God. But
Glad you made it.
I have
Yes.
some crazy plane stories.
Oh yeah.
So
Give it to me.
this is the first one. This is a personal experience. The second one is something that happened in the news. So my first one is my sister has a friend from New Zealand. He was visiting. He's
A Kiwi.
a Kiwi. He's a flight attendant, and it's kind of crazy how it works. They come here, and the airline will give them $300 and give them a free flight, and he wasn't even working. They just needed him for the flight back, so they sent him to LA and gave him money. And then he's talking to his mom on the phone. It's Tuesday morning, okay? She's like, "When are you coming home?" He's like, "Well, my flight is Wednesday morning, so I'll get home Friday night." And I was like, "What?" So think about this. Because he
Wednesday
crosses,
morning?
his
Thursday
flight left.
morning.
No, his flight left Wednesday morning. He was getting back Friday afternoon to night. Because it's an 8-hour flight, and he crosses the international date line. So he's moving. Isn't that weird?
Time
Yeah.
travel.
That's so
Time
weird.
travel.
Can you imagine getting on a
Time
flight
travel.
and then showing up 2 days later?
So when he comes here,
He's going back in time.
Whoa. He could correct
that
his
is
past
incredible.
mistakes.
I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, he can bet on sports games. My other story is there's an airline out of Europe, I want to say, not a very well-known airline, and they were offering for 4 times the price of a regular seat. They guaranteed you a window or aisle seat with no one sitting next to you. But everyone think about this.
Oh.
Buying 2 seats is cheaper than buying 1 seat for the price of 4 and guaranteeing no seat next to you.
But it has a title.
I don't know what you just said.
So think
It's
about
official.
it. They're saying
Following a
if you
little.
pay 4 times as much, we will guarantee there's no one sitting next to you. You want to know an easy way to guarantee there's no one sitting next to you?
Oh, I see. What you're saying.
Buy the ticket next to you.
Yeah, but it's a
Oh.
class thing. It's like getting verified. It's for the clout. You can be like, "Yeah, I bought the special ticket."
What's the point?
You never flex getting on an airplane. You never
Also-
be like, "Oh, what seat are you in?" "Oh, I'm in front of you."
I don't know if you've heard about Uber Black. They're starting to think about Uber Black where you can pay a little bit extra to have your driver not speak. But the best
Wait, pay. I thought that was just a feature they were adding where you can be like, "Please don't talk to me."
but you have to do Uber Black, which is already a little
That's
oh,
disrespectful.
I see what you're saying. But you don't have to pay on top of the Uber Black for it.
I
right?
heard it's an extra $2 or
You're
something.
paying
I don't
them
know.
what to talk.
Does that mean Uber drivers are gonna get so much more talkative now?
Yeah. They were like, "This conversation is sponsored by Dasani water," and then they're gonna pull out a water bottle and be like, "Want any Dasani?" And then they're gonna say, "If you want this conversation to end, please add $2."
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's like
insane.
it's like Spotify.
the future.
Yeah. Uber Premium.
Don't talk to me.
They're coming out with Uber Elevate.
Oh, is that
Is
the
that flights?
helicopter?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
I think the equivalent of a subway system, but
But
not
in the sky.
local.
but
more
it's
yeah, more if you wanted to go from the Valley to Hollywood or something, or the Valley to Woodland Hills to Encino.
Wait,
or
but it's
something
a
like that.
subway?
No, it's an
Upway.
like a VTOL hovercraft thing.
VTOL.
And they're rolling it out in 2023.
Oh, 2023. I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
No, but
this.
it's pretty soon that they want to have it up and running, and you could take it pretty much anywhere.
Black
So,
Mirror isn't
Hollywood
even
to downtown
futuristic
LA.
anymore.
That's
no,
pretty wild.
it's just now.
Yeah, we're just in it.
Wait, I can do this right now.
No, not
I can-
right now.
How far
Yeah,
from
order,
it?
I'm gonna order a
2023.
hovercraft real quick.
2023.
But they'll probably roll it out sooner.
Third Avatar's gonna be out by then.
The third. The
Yeah.
second hasn't even come out.
I think the second
Yeah.
one comes out in like 2021. I think.
Really?
Don't you know they're all going to be
Dis-
released in the same year? 2 through 8. Avatar 2 through 8.
I just don't understand because like it's been so long.
Yeah, I'd
since
really
the
rather
first
he
one.
focus on like a better.
Yeah,
Like
why don't we just
Titanic
move on
2.
from it.
Wasn't it like he was trying to find a way to film underwater properly?
He made
And-
Titanic. How can he not figure out how to film underwater?
No, but
properly?
like film with like people like talking and stuff underwater, and like they were trying to
Why?
develop the
Why?
technology.
There's
Why?
no need.
They didn't
James
just
Cameron.
they didn't
There's
just
no
choose
need.
to do it like the Aquaman way. They want
Why?
like I think that has to do with it.
So
Also-
unnecessary.
I know.
But we're all going to go see the movie and be like, that was the most realistic
I don't
underwater
think I-
You know what's
scenes.
so
Yeah.
funny? Like Jack's films. I don't know if you guys know Jack's
Oh,
films,
yeah.
but like he has this thing. Like
Yeah, I know
he,
Jack.
He
That
had
was
this.
so good.
He had
Oh yeah, didn't we talk about this on the podcast?
no.
I think we did.
What?
The interviewing people and asking them.
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't
I'm pretty
remember
sure we
that.
Oh,
did.
this is what I was about to say too. Actually,
Because then
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
asked you guys like
It's just-
what if you knew of
yeah,
any
'cause-
characters.
yeah, basically.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that-
yeah,
He
yeah.
has this whole crusade to get Endgame to beat Avatar in the box office because he's like saying like this is such a cinematic like
Didn't it already?
accomplishment. I think it has now cinematic accomplishment and whatever, and like no one knows anything about Avatar. Like you saw it once and did not go back.
they just
to
go
see
like,
it
"Oh,
again.
it did good. It
Yeah.
did good."
Yeah, and he
was
did that
3D.
survey thing asking people like name one character from Avatar.
I feel like Avatar is one of those movies that just kind of got widely accepted as like a few kind of smart movie people were like, "Oh, is good," and then everybody was like, "Okay."
Yeah, how did it get to number one?
It's
Like,
because it was like an insane step forward in like 3D.
Yeah.
It is
technology
great. Like,
and,
it's digitally amazing, but it kind of is
But
like
it's still
Citizen
number
Kane for me,
one?
where it's like
yeah.
it's kind of an overhyped movie. It just like
Absolutely,
does
yeah.
a lot.
It's
for the
entertaining.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not the best movie ever.
No.
Isn't it just like Pocahontas, the story?
Pocahontas.
Yeah,
Pocahontas.
Guys, I have to make an
Pocahontas.
appointment with my Pocahontas.
it's also like a white savior movie, but like with blue people.
Right.
So
Sort of
There's a lot
metaphorical.
of weird stuff about it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be called Avatar 2, The Reckoning?
Yeah,
Well, if you just threw that one out there and it was right, that's very impressive.
Every single sequel in the world has to be called The Reckoning.
You guys-
Avatar 3, Revenge of the Avatar.
I don't know if you understand the sequel.
Avatar 4,
Although I don't either.
A New Avatar.
Yeah.
Once they come out with Avatar like 3, they'll go back and change the title of the first Avatar.
Avatar 5, The Avatar Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Avatar 6, Return of the Avatar. Avatar 7,
Keep going.
The Avatar Awakens. Avatar 8,
the last,
The Last Avatar. Avatar 9, Rise of the Avatar.
Honestly, all of those work so well.
They do.
Avatar 10.
That's it. It's just
The
a
one
gasp.
that nobody saw coming.
Avatar 10.
Avatar 10, asterisk, gasp, asterisk. Avatar 11, Avatar ooh woo. But it's like a little ooh woo face. Avatar
How
12,
did we get here?
Avatar
How long
12,
is he gonna go?
Avatar 12, a reboot.
That's what
And it-
the
and
title.
it- and they just- and it's been like 70
They
years
just
since the
embrace
first.
that it's a reboot.
It's been 70 years since the first Avatar was released. James Cameron's disembodied head is still directing it, and they just re-released the first Avatar.
What's the record for like most movies in a franchise? Is it 9 for Star Wars?
No,
I
wouldn't
don't
it
know.
have
I
to be
think
there
some
has
sort
to
of?
be, like, some
Do you not
crazy
count
number.
all of the MCU movies as one franchise?
oh,
More like
that's hard because I
sequels,
think of
I
like
feel.
Iron Man. Like there were 3 Iron Man.
Yeah.
well,
I
I used to think that Ocean's like 12 was.
there's a
like,
lot of
that I
those.
thought that was, but I thought that
No,
was
I
like
feel
the
like there's
number
so
of
many-
movie that it was, and I used to be like, they're going in the wrong order, but that's a lot of movies.
Aren't there
But I
like a
was
ton
also
of
confused.
Evil Deads or something?
Yeah, but I don't
Think about all the
there's
Saw
9.
movies.
Final
Like
Destination.
I
horror
still feel like
movies.
those never get past like 6 or 7.
There has to be something in the
Do
in
Fast
the-
and
Fast and
Furious
Furious
is
is
close.
getting close.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Do spin-off
and that will
count?
never
I feel like there's gonna be
Do
one that
spin-off
we're
counts?
not thinking of, but there's
Do spin-off counts.
got to be one that we're not realizing that's like super long and just
I'll-
keeps going.
Definitely.
I'll
like
look
they're
it up.
they're
All
like
the
cult
Saw
classics
movies.
from like
I mean, movies like
It's
The Purge where
probably
you
not-
don't know that it's a sequel, really.
right. But we're thinking of recent ones. It's probably like 70s and 80s movies that they just like because like
But that's
there's so
Star
many
Wars.
Jaws and
Well, yeah,
like
no, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking
There's
about
only
stuff
I
like
think
that.
there's only
Yeah.
4 Jaws.
but look up like Evil Dead because I think they're
Harry
on, like,
Potter had
10 now.
8.
Oh,
Right.
right.
If you think about it,
Well, if you count Fantastic Beasts, it has
that would be 10.
10. It's gonna
But
be 11.
that you can't count. I'm talking about like just
right, 'cause
one.
then MCU.
Okay, so on Google it's saying Fast and Furious, Star Wars, Dark Knight, but that's like only 3. Harry Potter, James Bond. That's what.
Oh, I knew there was something like
That's
that.
definitely number.
but do
1.
all the different actors count?
Yeah, because it's James Bond.
I mean, yeah, Star Wars wouldn't count otherwise. Different people.
No,
This-
but the difference is James Bond is you have 3 different actors playing the same person.
But-
Star Wars, you don't have different actors playing the
But
same
like,
no,
people.
but,
all-
but
it's
they're
all
not playing the
supposed to
same
be, like,
person. It's supposed to be like a passed down
one
like.
story.
In which case, couldn't you count all of the spin-offs of, say, like all of the
No, because they're different
Halloween
names.
movies?
No,
There's like
no.
12 Halloween movies.
Oh,
Are they all
wait.
called like Halloween?
Oh no, and like Friday the 13th has like 11 movies.
Yeah, that's what that was my
Right.
question.
and those are
Yeah.
technically sequels, actually.
Okay, well then that counts. So it's probably a horror franchise.
yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what you put in those.
Some horror franchise that the Lemmings are still going to see in the movies when they re-release them.
Lemmings?
The Lemmings. We are the Lemmings. We are the
Oh,
sheep.
excuse
And the horror movie are the wolves.
Wow.
the wolves.
Godzilla has 29
Oh.
sequels.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, it's
Wait,
some
but half
Japanese.
of those are like reboots where they're like, the new Godzilla. This one's gonna be good. We swear.
Right.
yeah,
Shrek.
Kind of just
That's
a giant
on
lizard.
the list, but there's
Shrek
only
has
like
a couple, 4 or 5.
Shrek.
Toy Story. How do you guys feel about Toy Story 4?
I don't
Kind of.
care.
I didn't think it was a money grab, and then I saw the trailer, and I actually was like, this kind of looks like it doesn't need to
But
be
I
here,
feel like
but we'll see.
we're gonna see it, and then it's
Okay.
gonna be like,
I
oh,
hope.
okay.
If you are a fan of movies and you don't think that every single movie is a money grab, you are stupid. Because
No, but-
literally,
no,
it is
but-
an industry meant to make money.
Yeah, that's
But there's a
true.
difference because some movies are first and foremost like someone thought this would be a good story, or
Why?
even they think like I guess the difference is like, did you see How to Train Your Dragon 3?
of course,
No, I only
yeah, the
watched
spin-off
it.
series on
Yeah,
Netflix.
there's
I only saw the
no,
first-
what's
I'm a
that?
huge How to Train Your Dragon.
I only saw
fan.
the first.
Actually,
one.
what's your
great
point?
example because I really liked How to Train Your Dragon 3. There's like a bunch of like pretentious video essays
Okay.
too, but it's just about basically how that trilogy is really good in that they plotted out from the beginning what was going to happen. So it,
Okay. Well, it's
yes,
also
they're,
based on
they're
books,
trying to
right?
get money. Well, but not really. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
the concept is from books.
Got it.
But they're trying to get money, but it's also like they had a story that they wanted to tell, and then they told it, and then they finished telling it, and it feels like they're balancing telling a story and also
Right.
making money. But then actually Noah brought up a great example, which is the Netflix How to Train Your Dragon series strikes me as a money grab because it doesn't do anything for the story, and it's kind of just
Right.
there because people will watch it.
Right, but they're
So it's
all.
like 100%
Well, yes,
for
Will.
money.
Everything is for money.
Yeah.
Like,
that's-
every movement we make is for money.
It's
But
like,
like,
yeah, it's like when people say the world runs on money, and it's like
Another
Yeah.
example is for TV, like The Walking Dead versus Bates Motel.
Yeah.
Bates Motel ended after 5 seasons because they were done with
Breaking
the story. They had the ending in sight. They like did everything they
Breaking
wanted to do,
Bad,
and then
yeah.
they ended it. And then same with Breaking Bad, yeah. And then Walking Dead was like, nah,
Money.
Let's keep going. This is popular.
Yeah.
Let's make
Yeah.
money.
Well, Walking Dead is also based. They have a lot of source material.
Right.
Have they gone past the source material?
Well, yeah.
I didn't know.
Like,
No, I don't
is
think
it
they have yet,
Rick's
but-
not on the show anymore. I mean, I don't. know
they've broken from the source material because
Yeah.
people keep quitting now. But
but it's like they're going on forever. They're on like the 9th season now. right?
yeah,
It's still one of
something
like
like
the
that.
top.
They said they
want
wanna
to
go
Isn't
11.
that
Is it
crazy?
really?
Isn't that crazy?
who's
Yeah.
watching The Walking
Yeah,
Dead?
like
It's like
everyone-
the same people who watch like The Big Bang Theory.
Well,
I
tell them
wanna-
to stop.
I want to say it's like 1 or 2 in what is HBO counted as? Because it's not in
Cable?
the same.
Cable.
I don't think
I don't think
HBO
HBO
counts
is-
as
No, it
cable.
doesn't.
It's like the number
No, but
one.
it Walking Dead's not on HBO.
Right, no,
on
that's why.
AMC.
Yeah, yes, it's like the number one cable show.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that's not really hard anymore because all the big shows are not on cable.
Yeah.
Except for
Yeah,
The
but
Walking Dead.
still, it's crazy.
It's not a very talked about.
This Is Us.
Show.
Network. That's
Oh,
not
you're
cable.
right. Yeah,
Oh.
that's,
What's the, I don't get it. What's the
Sorry?
Network is like the
Network
big
is
boys.
ABC, NBC. So basically, network anyone can get. You don't have to pay
French
for.
Fox, ABC,
Cable,
NBC.
you have to get a box, or you have to get like DirecTV or whatever.
So what is like HBO?
But that's
HBO is
the
its
third
own
thing
thing.
because you have to pay specifically for HBO.
That's like a
You have to pay
subscription
specifically
thing.
for HBO,
Showtime.
Showtime, Stars.
Yeah.
I
But
think.
sometimes HBO is included in your cable package if you get a fancy cable.
yeah,
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 but
if
that's-
you get a fancy cable
yeah.
package.
Okay.
You're still
CBS All
subscribing
Access.
to
Because
it,
it's a
though.
channel. It can
Yeah.
be a channel, and then yeah.
So Dylan, this is the point I'm trying to make.
Make it.
I understand that a lot of people make movies in tension with a story to tell, and they want to complete that story. Like I'm trying to think of an example that's like not based on books.
Any Christopher Nolan movie.
I don't know who that is.
Ooh, yeah.
What?
Oh my god. Inception.
Never
Dark
seen it.
Knight.
Bat Boy.
Oh, is he?
Interstellar.
You know the classic.
Is he the Batman trilogy? Is he all
Yeah.
of them?
The Dark Knight Rises, Batman, the wrong order, but those ones.
Yeah. The good one, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the point I'm trying to make is yes, someone wanted to make this movie and tell the story, but also it's all just to make money.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's
yeah,
why I
but
cut
that's-
you off earlier because that's obvious.
Anything
They're
that
all-
anyone, like any expression of art in the world is also to make money unless that
expression
person is
of
also
anything.
gonna die.
So in my opinion, like in my personal opinion, Endgame, money grab.
well, yeah.
Oh my god. The Marvel
But that's
movies
also
are
because
the
the studio
biggest-
was behind it, so that
Yeah.
became a little bit more of a money grab.
You know what's
than
But
crazy?
no, but
other
the thing
stuff.
is, like, every Marvel movie is because.
Oh,
like,
yeah, no,
if
I
you-
know.
If you go into it and you like step away from like the excitement and the story and just look at how it's filmed and like cut together and everything, it's
Yeah.
so bad. It's like these like really weird
Wait,
like
Endgame?
Well, sorry, I haven't seen Endgame,
Oh,
but
I like
but
Endgame.
most Marvel
From the
movies, like-
ads. No, it's like from the ads I've
no,
seen.
but like I'm trying to remember. Oh, like the Infinity War.
Better than
they're, like,
Endgame.
I like it. Wait a minute.
but they're
Well,
all like
maybe.
crazy CGI action sequences,
Yes.
and then like interspersed shots of like the actors in front of a green screen delivering their line, and then cut to another big CGI thing. It's like not a movie. It's so weird how
Something-
it
Well,
flows.
yeah. Marvel is very formulaic.
Yeah.
Something you see a lot in Endgame. There's a lot of clips, which is you see a lot in older movies of people talking. It's the shot like behind someone's head, so you can't see who they're talking to,
Right.
Because they're trying to keep the script secret. There are like scenes between actors where only one of the actors
Yeah.
where they didn't film
It's
between
so
the two of
weird.
them because they're
And-
trying to
oh,
keep
yeah.
it
If you
secret.
look closely at it, you can see it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's this like scene where like there's 5 superheroes in it, and you can tell that
Only one
they're
of
not,
them.
they're
Yeah.
not all together. It's all separate shots, and then even like the shot of them all together is like cut down the middle sometimes, and like it's half and half. Like they,
Yeah.
they're not-
I mean,
also
my-
with schedules and everything because they
Yeah,
only
yeah.
hire huge
Yeah.
A-list celebrities.
I mean, so my thing with the Marvel movies, well, especially with Endgame, I guess, is that feels like a weird mix of what we're talking about because it's the
No
studio
spoilers.
behind it. I won't. But the studio behind
How
it
did you
is
edit that
very
episode
much,
where we?
I
only-
skipped
Oh,
that part. I was
okay.
like, hopefully you guys didn't say anything bad or.
but
Hopefully the
the
audio's
studio
fine.
behind it, Disney, is obviously trying to make money. They know they can make massive amounts of money, and it works.
Yeah.
So it is a money grab much more than other movies in that way. But I think that then under that umbrella of already pre-established, Disney said, we want to make money, do what will make money. Then the writers and the directors did truly try to also like wrap up storylines and stuff. So it's like a weird mix of the two where it's not quite committing to fully just a perfect story, but it's like
Right.
closer.
Well, I think the main thing with those movies is that it's what is going to like they're not looking for like the best story or the best like creative way to like wrap things up. They're like, oh, what's gonna like keep them engaged during this moment? So then the climax is like so overwhelming, and like they're just like trying to like
It is a very
manipulate
engaging
us as
movie.
an audience
Yeah.
and like make us
And
come
I
out of
will
it
say,
like, oh yeah.
Endgame. You should watch Endgame actually because it
had a lot
some
of
people loved it,
patience.
some people hated it, but it is
Yeah.
really.
I figure
it's much
yeah.
closer to like an actually like really good movie. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
pretty
figured-
engaging and well written.
Since it's like the like wrap up of
Yeah.
the whole first
And they like
phase,
actually
I
like
figured
end
it'd-
storylines and stuff. It's
Right.
like really impressive.
Oh, they end storyline.
Hey,
Oh, they
shut up.
end
Hey,
story-
hey,
They
hey,
end
shut up.
some
Hey, I have these
storylines.
Should we tell
headphones
them
on so I
which
can't plug my
storylines they end?
ears.
I think that's a good transition to everyone's favorite segment, and also form of transportation. Here it
The
comes.
big blue bus.
Yeah, the big blue bus.
Yeah.
Santa Monica's own big blue bus.
I kind of hear it.
You guys good? How have you been, guys? Besides since we last
Good.
spoke, like emotionally.
Oh, it's hard to
Is
hear
everything
you
okay?
over the train.
I've actually been having a really tough time lately. Guys,
Augie, get
I'm
off
trying
of
to
the
vent my
tracks.
feelings right now.
Hop on board. It's a recommendation railroad.
Oh God!
Anyways.
Someone called
He
911.
didn't get off the train.
Augie's been hit by the recommendation.
Before I go, I need to punch my ticket.
Conductor comes off the train and is like, "You still gotta pay."
My recommendation is Igor, the new Tyler the Creator album. It is very good. It is really good. But you gotta listen to it like all the way through. Don't just like pick and choose songs. It's like it all flows together. So just start from the top. It's a pretty quick album. It's like 40 minutes. Flow through. It's great. Wonderful. Yeah.
I want to preface this recommendation by saying at the beginning of this podcast, we should nix this segment for this episode because I did not have a recommendation. So I was not expecting it.
This happens every time.
Should I jump in
or
there?
Yeah,
not?
I just thought of one just now.
Go
Yeah,
for it,
same.
Dylan. Oh, go.
Okay. My recommendation is a Gus Johnson YouTube video.
I think you've recommended
I
it.
recommended his podcast or his YouTube videos in the past, but this one is about Avatar, and it's like James Cameron pitching Avatar 2 in like the future or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's really funny though. It's with Jax Films, and they get together and Gus plays James Cameron as like an extremely old man trying to make the next Avatar movie, and it's great.
Love it.
Go watch.
I recommend, this is like a really dated recommendation, but, well, not really dated. On my plane
Just
ride.
like you.
Hey.
Got it.
Yeah. Not really dated.
Ooh, wait.
Got him.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
you got
something
it
else
now.
entirely. Oh. Oh, no. But on the plane, I watched
deep cut.
Zodiac, which is on Netflix. It has like Robert Downey Jr. and
I've already
Jake
recommended
Gyllenhaal.
Zodiac.
Well,
Really?
I'll recommend
Yes.
it better.
What? How funny.
Watch it. It's pretty good and it's interesting. And Will, I hate you.
It's a movie?
Yeah.
So-
What
it's-
genre is it?
It's like thriller.
Mystery thriller.
It's like
Cool.
it's kind of like a true crime thriller-ish.
I'm going to recommend, I'm going off of Dylan's because I had watched Zodiac and then I listened to a podcast called The Zodiac Killer. And you realize based off the podcast, like, of course, any podcast you listen to is going to be skewed. So it kind of like forces you to view it in a certain way. This guy really tries to get it from every angle. It makes you realize how little we actually know about the Zodiac and how, like, the movie makes it pretty clear.
The Zodiac Killer?
Yeah. The movie makes it, I mean, it's been out for a while, so I don't feel like it's much of a spoiler. The movie makes
Yeah.
it pretty clear who history thinks is the Zodiac Killer. And this podcast is totally like, yes, that's one reason. And here's all the reasons no one talks about why
Yeah.
it's not true.
Well, I think it's more like the movie had to have an end to their
Well, the
movie,
movie-
and there wasn't really an ending, so they had to
right.
make one up.
The movie is based off of a book in which the book literally says this guy's the Zodiac. Here's all the evidence. And it's a lot of compelling evidence. And
Is
then,
the person still alive?
no,
No,
I
he
think
was.
they're
He died.
dead.
They were gonna try and arrest him, and then he died.
Mhm.
Suspicious.
Yeah. But anyway, I think after you watch Zodiac the movie, which is on Netflix still, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Listen to this podcast called Atlanta Monster: The Zodiac Killer.
Ooh,
Will do.
Atlanta Monster.
Will
Wait,
do.
It was in why Atlanta?
Because it's season 2. Season 1 was Atlanta
Got to know
Monster. It was about this guy who I don't know if you knew this. Like in the I think it's the 70s, a bunch of young black children were being kidnapped and killed, and it's about the guy who allegedly did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Very
So it
interesting.
originally was actually Atlanta.
Yes. Well, this
Zodiac,
guy,
San
he's
Francisco.
from Atlanta.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yes, the Zodiac killings did not happen in Atlanta.
I was like, wait, what?
They
Was the Zodiac
happened.
killing in San Francisco?
No, it was in New York.
What?
No, I'm
San
kidding.
Francisco.
I'm
Oh.
kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke.
I knew something. Yay! Well, that was everyone's punched their tickets. Good stuff. Good variety.
With your last dying breath.
Thank you for listening. Yeah, this comes
Oh,
out
he's
every
back.
Thursday sometimes. It comes out on Thursdays sometimes.
Most
And so, yeah, if you enjoyed, check it out. We also have stuff on YouTube, French Fox Productions. Follow our social media. And I think that's it. Yeah. Anybody else have any last words?
And follow our personal social media too.
Yeah,
at
Noah
Augie
Davis. He's
Isaac.
verified.
At Noah Davis.
At Noah
the
Davis
verified
50.
one.
Yeah,
on
he's,
Instagram.
you'll know him because he's verified.
Yeah.
This has been.
Do you think you
Oh,
could? Do you think you could sell him?
Sell
your
him?
username?
Oh, why would
Don't you just have Noah Davis?
No,
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 no.
Baron
I wish.
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I did get Noah Davis official. I'm saving it for when I'm a super famous celeb, but
What?
he can't have it now. So
Why would you not just use it?
because it just
Or just never use it.
well right
Officials kind of.
Well, no, but I mean, like, if I actually am an official person,
I think you
and
just
then I
get
use it,
verified.
Isn't that
and
the
you
point
just
of
have
the
to be your name and then,
verification?
well,
like,
yeah, but I want to, you know.
He wants to flex.
That's what's
I
funny.
don't want, the big thing is I don't want to be Noah Baron Davis. I don't.
If
want
you're
my middle name
actually
involved.
famous and verified, your handle can be literally anything, and
No,
people
I know,
will know.
but I don't
that's-
want people to associate me with Baron.
That's why mine
Mellow
is.
Ball's username is Mellow.
That's why mine is Willie DeWale. Not really, not anymore.
No, you have Will Lieberman because you're lucky.
Yeah, it's
I have
but
I had
Augie
to use my
Isaac.
middle name. Dylan
Yeah,
Fox
but it's
Williams.
cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been Augie.
This has been Augie. I mean, this has been Noah. This podcast has.
what?
Wait, who's not taking?
Bye.
This week we've had Noah,
Goodbye, everyone.
Delon,
Bye.
Wool.
Is that me?
Willie the whale.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And I am Augie. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a
Peace
good-
out, guys.
Have a good
Peace
rest
out,
of your
guys.
day. Oh God.
Baluska, dude. We can't.